What's up, guys? I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology, and I am back with you. And I've got another What does the Bible say about doubt in 5 minutes? So, real quickly, obviously, don't doubt. That's what the Bible is going to say. Don't doubt. But we're going to dive in this to a little bit deeper understanding and see what Scripture says about it. And we usually start from the beginning, and that's where we'll start now. God created everything. He is the author of all of creation. He spoke and then things were there. They call it ex nihilo. He did it out of nothing. And that's amazing. God's so good. But anyway, when he did that, he created everything perfectly. And he created these two trees. One's the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and the other, the tree of life. And then he created man. And in that, he placed man in his garden. He said, you can have anything you want, but don't eat off of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Well, then the serpent came along and talked to Eve while Adam was right there, and he said, "Surely you can, surely you can. This ain't bad to eat off. You won't die, will you?" Well, in that moment, Adam and Eve both began to doubt what God had said. Now, I don't think that. Of course, I think that is not the greatest thing in the world, but I don't think that was the wrong in itself that they doubted what God has said. I think what's wrong is that other than doubting, they started to listen to the serpent. And when they listened to the serpent, they took that fruit and ate of it, and they died. But instead, if they would have thought, well, let me go back and ask God. Let me see what he has to say about this because, the devil may be saying some things, twisting my mind, turning them up, making me not understand the truth. But let me go back to the one who gives truth and see what he has to say. Then I believe that doubt would lead to something greater, a better understanding of God. And that's what I think that Scripture wants us to pull out of doubt is that when you doubt, because most people will, that you go to the fount, you go to the source, you go to the one who brings truth. Let me give you a couple examples. Abraham, God promised him a child, and he made his own way to get it. He had a baby with Hagar, the slave girl, and it was Ishmael. And God came to him, and he said, "But when will I do it? When will I have it? Oh, may Ishmael go before me," is what he says. Or he says, "Oh, may Ishmael carry my, or be the one for the promises." God said, "No." Matter of fact, he confirmed it there. He says, "I will give you a son, and his name will be Isaac." Man, there's countless examples of this. We got Peter, who, when walking, literally walking on the water. So I don't know how he would find doubt then, but maybe the wind and the waves, because the storm was coming, kind of frightened him. He took his eyes off Jesus and he began to sink. But as soon as he began to doubt his position on that water, he cried out to Jesus. Cried out to Jesus, and Jesus came instantly. I don't know how far away they were, but it seemed like they were a ways away. But as soon as he began to fall, Jesus was there and he grabbed him and held him up and in his embrace. John the Baptist, after declaring and saying, "This is the Lamb who takes away the sins of the world. This is the Messiah. This is the one who will judge with fire. This is the one who I am not even fit to untie his sandal," when he's in prison because of the circumstances around him just weighing upon him. He says, is it you, or is there another? Doubt. But Jesus comes back and gives him clear revelation. And he says what do you see? And what does the scriptures say? And then after that, he says, John is the greatest of all born from woman. Man, isn't that amazing? That not only after his doubt, he declares him to be the greatest born of woman. Man, that is the marvel and the wonder of Jesus revealing himself. And so when we go and have these doubts or these fears, we just need to go to the source. Pick up your scripture. Read the Bible. See what God has to say. Get on your knees in prayer. Go to the fount, which all blessings come from, which all wisdom comes from, which all knowledge comes from. Now, I want to say something to the opposite again, because in James it says that if you doubt, then you're like a chaff in the wind, blown back and forth. And that's because, see, in James, we're going to him for this wisdom. We're going to God for this knowledge. And the other one is when the world and the circumstances around us, we begin to doubt because of maybe a new thing on TV says something's not real from the scriptures, or you find out that a hurting person has broken your heart from the things that they've done. Well, then that person, when we go to Jesus in that doubt, he strengthens us in his word and with his presence. But when we are strengthened within his word and his presence, and then we doubt, we ought not think that we should get the answers that we're going to want. And that's what James is speaking to. Hey, I hope you guys got good information from this 5 minutes. I've got plenty more for you guys to check out. I hope that you are enjoying this series, and I pray that you are doing well and you keep coming back. Thanks again for watching, and I appreciate it.